Hi, I've decided that I needed to hold something like a mic. This is a tube of mascara, but we're going to get into my capstone. And I decided I wanted to do this in kind of a more organic way and kind of semi take you on the journey I went through to get to the point that I am in the process. And to do that, you have to understand like where I'm coming from. And that is that I had no idea what I was doing up until about a month ago, to be honest with you. Was I working on it before then? Yes, of course. Of course I was. I was just kind of doing it aimlessly. I wasn't really sure of it. I kind of kept getting this like yucky, disgusting feeling in my stomach because I guess I just wasn't really in it, I guess you could say, because I wasn't sure of the idea. But I had this interaction with myself that made me really feel a lot more confident in what I was doing. And it kind of felt like a gift from the universe that I was being delivered this kind of emotional connection to my piece. And the way I did that was by coming across a video that I recorded 2 days before my 18th birthday. But I already recorded a whole video. I do vlogs on TikTok. I know, crazy stuff. And I was recording one of those, and I just like to talk really, really like authentically, organically. Like I'd be posting my raw thoughts to that app. And in this one video, I was talking about my capstone, and I was like, guys, I kind of had this crazy moment in my life that made it just click for me. So rather than just re-explaining that to you as somebody who's not in that moment, I'd rather just let past Carly do that. I would like to show you the footage of that. I'm getting ready. I'm doing my hair in this section of the video. I was doing like a get ready with me, but talking through the whole thing. Except the footage got corrupted, and it literally for 3 hours I tried to edit it and it crashed my phone. And so I had to go ahead and just extract the audio. So y'all are just getting the audio from that, but just know that that's what's going on. I'm doing my hair in it and I'm just talking to the camera like this. So yeah, I'm gonna let past Carly take over from here. But basically, the my entire 20s has been me reparenting myself, and it's been a very important process to me because it's allowed me to heal from a lot of past traumas, XYZ, yada yada yada. We don't have to get into it. But through that, I've just become more comfortable with this, young girl I once was. And I found myself before really truthfully getting into that process, like mourning her, like I have lost her, like she's no longer, a part of me, but she is. And we're just trying to go through this together. And part of it is you have to be nice to yourself because this is the first time you've been 22. Like, I read that somewhere, like, hey, you feel like you're spiraling out of control because this is your first time on Earth. You've never done this before, And you can do that to any part of life at all. But basically, I don't know. I just want to do a piece that explores my relationship with my inner child, and not even just my inner child, like my inner teenager. I mean, I went through most of my trauma. Unfortunately, it did start at a very young age, but it also, continued on through even up to my 20s. I've just now gotten myself to a good spot. And I think it's very important for me to not just take the credit for that, to just be like, no, I did that, because no, 22-year-old me did not do that, The 12-year-old, 15-year-old, 18-year-old me who, I don't know how she did it with everything else going on. She's the reason I'm able to do everything that I wake up and do every single day. I owe a lot to her. And I'm speaking about it like it's a separate person because it is. I'm not who I was when I was 15. I'm not. I'm not who I thought I was going to be when I was 18, And kind of had a breakdown the other day and got really in my feelings and just kind of had to sit and like talk to myself, like talk literally like this, but I'm talking to y'all, but talk to myself and just be like, it's fine, like you're fine, it's okay. And when I did that, it was kind of like a video diary type thing. I went to save it because I was at the end of it. I said I'm not gonna put the footage because I'm in shambles in the video, but in the footage I'm like, how'd I word it? I was like, you know what? I don't feel okay now, but I hope future Carly, when you watch this, I hope you are. I hope if that's 2 weeks from now, 2 months, 2 years, whatever it is, I hope you're okay. I hope you've found peace with this thing we're going through right now, because I still continue to have some struggles. And as I did that, I stumbled across a video I recorded 2 days before my 18th birthday. And that video was, it was really, really not unsettling, but just heartbreaking to watch, because it was little 18-year-old me doing the same thing I was doing now at, 22, almost 23. It's a month out till my birthday. And I mean, she was a wreck. She was also in shambles. I wouldn't show that footage to anybody. She was sitting there and she was saying like, I'm about to turn 18. I didn't think I would get it. Didn't plan to make it to this age. Like turning 18 is terrifying to me because I don't have a life plan. I don't know what I'm doing. And she just sat there and she's like crying and she's like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do anything, huh? But like it's really hard for me right now. And it was so like mind bending to watch me from a couple years ago. I said some stuff in that video that I said verbatim in the video I recorded the other night. Years apart from each other, we were saying the exact same things. And it was just so, but it was just so healing to be like, this, every time I have these episodes or these, you know, almost panic attack type things, I'm like, this is the first time I've done that and it feels so surreal. And oh, I'm like, God, why am I like this? Like, when does it get better? Yada, yada, yada. And then you look back on your past self and she's been there too. She's with you right now, you know? It's not your first time doing this and it may not be your last, but it's not, you're not some freak for feeling the way you do, I guess, is the piping hot take I'm giving you. But like, it was so comforting hearing them. It was heartbreaking because I was watching this 18-year-old cry and, you know, as an adult, I wanted to reach out to her and be like, it's okay, like, no, what you're feeling, it's normal, like, people go through this. And then I was like, Carly, that's you. Like, that's you. Do that to yourself now. If you would do it to yourself back then, do it to yourself now. And I think that's what I want my capstone to be about, is the TLDR of all this. I just think I want it to be about not just, I love my friends and I love my life and I love my family and I love myself now. It's been a journey, but I do. I just want it to be a full exploration of like, I am the person I am today because of the person I used to be and because of everybody in between, whether they still be in my life or not. And it's just so important to outright say that because we live in a society. But we live in a society where individuality is like such a big deal that it's like, pull yourself up by the bootstraps and you got to do everything for yourself and you got to do it alone. And it's not about being alone. Even when you are alone, you're not alone. You hold all the past versions of yourselves and all the things that y'all have been through. I just think that's really pretty, and I don't care if it's cliche or whatever, but like that's what I'm passionate about right now is, I guess, life. But that's what I'm doing my capstone on. So, as she just said, my entire capstone is basically the premise of me and my inner child and who I am today thanks to who I used to be and all of the people in between. And the way I'm hoping to achieve that is I bought this giant canvas. It's a 48 by 60, so it's huge. And I do tiny itty bitty detail work, so I wanted to make this huge piece that you could just get lost in. But the plan of outside of that was kind of more the artist statement side of it of why did I make this piece? Why does it matter? Why am I bringing it into the world, right? The physical, more tactile side of things is the plan is I'm doing this Zentangle, which is Zentangle is basically an abstract group of patterns and shapes that make up a piece, and it's been my jam since I found out about it in like third grade. My plan is to do a black and white Zentangle only using permanent marker, but have that going across the whole piece, but leaving this interwebbing within it. And in that interwebbing, I'm going to do a colorful using all types of different stuff. It's going to have 3D elements. There's going to be Zentangle elements in there, but it's going to be mostly collage, and it's just going to look like the black and white part is to symbolize me currently as this person who's trying to make a name for herself in the industry. You know, this very kind of, not serious because y'all know my work, but serious in the way of this is what I want to do with my life, artist. And that's why it's black and white. It's really clean, very methodical, thought out. The inside part, the colorful 3D collage bit of it, is to symbolize the child I hold within myself. And so it's supposed to, when it's finished, look like a collaboration between an adult and literally a kid. As for progress, I'm only on the black and white part so far. I have most of my pieces for the 3D collage piece. So I'm going to just kind of walk y'all through the progress I have so far, and we're just gonna look at the canvas. So enjoy.